Hello, and welcome to the Mommanevin Knits YouTube channel. My name is Joan, and I am Mommanevin here on YouTube as well as on Instagram. Today is May 11th. This is episode 71, and it is 96 degrees where I am right now. And let's see what the high today was. The high today, this says 95, so that's wrong. Anyway, yesterday it was 102, so I'll take 96. I want to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day, whether you are a mom yourself, your expectant mom, a dog mom, you're going to visit your mom. I hope that today is happy for you. I forgot to show my April finishes last month. Last week it was supposed to do it, and I totally forgot. So I'm kind of putting this in as a reminder to myself to make sure I do that. Okay, so on the sock train, I finished my fleur-de-lis socks. And so the fleur-de-lis are not super strong. They're not in your face or whatever, but they're done. So I'm happy about that. Okay. Then my next pair of socks. Oh no, here they are. Whew, thought I forgot to bring them in. The Luke socks. Here's the Luke socks. Oh, also on the fleur-de-lis, my goal was to finish those, and I did. All right, so on the Luke socks, I wanted to finish one section, and I did finish one section. Now, my goal for next week, I'm not going to go overboard. I didn't finish all my goals this week, but this last week. But this next week, there may be a little more crafting. We'll see. Okay, then I worked on Becca's dad's socks. So these are the Steve socks, and my goal was to get the cuff done, and I got the cuff done. So my goal for next week is to get 10 rows done. Okay. All right. The Luke socks and Steve socks are 64 stitches, 2.25 millimeter needles. I'm going to start putting that up here somewhere when I'm showing projects, so that if you have a question about it, you can look there. Okay. Plastic canvas. My goal was to finish the other fireplace insert. Didn't get that done, but I sewed the one fireplace insert in. So my goal next week is going to be kind of a lofty one, because I want to get the fireplace both sides done. We'll see. Okay. Sewing, my goal was to cut 2 bags. I didn't get that done. So next week, we're going to move that goal over to cut out 2 bags. Memory blanket. I wanted to sew the square that I picked. And it was this square. And this is on a 3 millimeter needle. And I'm going to go pick my color. Okay, for transparency reasons, I repicked. My first color was black, and I just was not feeling the black. So I picked this color. Ooh, sorry. I picked this color instead. So it's kind of a buttery yellow, a little bit. So, and then what I'm doing is, after I sew a square, so where was my square again? Here somewhere. Yeah. Okay. So after I sew a square, I put the rest of that yarn onto the 10 stitch blanket. So that's where my 10 stitch blanket is. It's incredibly ugly and I love it. So, all right, the memory blanket is 3mm needles and the 10 stitch blanket is 2.5mm needles. So, all right, my mosaic blanket got a row. It still looks kind of like a snake. What I'm not, this row was all in back stitches. So next week, when I do a row, that's my goal, there will be some changes to this. It will not just be the same thing all the way across. Then the only other thing I worked on was my jelly roll. My goal was one color, and I got that one color done. And the jelly roll is, where'd it go? It's 3mm needles, and this is Felici Scraps. Okay. And as for the temperature blanket, I didn't work on that. Battenberg, nope. Christmas, nope. And my Advent blanket, no. So hopefully I will get more done. This past week, I have been preparing to go on vacation. So I think that's why I haven't gotten as much done, is because I was preparing to go on vacation. All right. Incoming. I did get a little incoming. And there's a story. There's always a story, right? Hirschner started selling this kit that's got 12 plastic canvas houses, one for each month of the year. And I thought, oh, that's so awesome. I want that. So I ordered it back at the end of February, and it never came in. And I kept talking to them, and so they're very back ordered right now. They were very popular. They very back ordered. So I found 3 that was still in stock, and I ordered those. So here is July. I want to have a house for each month. So here's July. We already have a house for October. This is going to be August, which is cool. And then this is September. Even though the kids go back to school here in August. I don't know. Anyway, so those are not going to be done anytime soon. So, but there they are. When they show up again, you'll go, oh, I remember that. Okay. Cows and Mouse. All right, the first one is, of course, the 25 and 25, and I have a new entry for mine this week. So that is through Chicken Lady Fiber Arts, and I believe it's running through December 31st. So what you do is you fill out your form. You can either write in what your completed projects were or put a picture, and then you email it to Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. Okay. Then we have, the LA Yarn Crawl is coming up May 15th to 18th. You can look at the information on layarncrawl.org, and they'll show you all of the different shops that are participating. I don't know yet if I'm going to go. I'll see. The LA area is a little bit of a haul for me. I do want to go to the store out there called Remainders. That is, you decide, I'm not going to do plastic canvas anymore. Here's all my stuff. And you donate it to them. And they resell it at a very good price. And so I want to go out there and see if there's anything at a very good price I can get. I'm thinking, I don't know when I'm going to go. I don't know if I'm going to go during the LA Yarn Crawl, which is May 15th through 18th, and then I can hit the stores along the Pasadena area, or I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'll let you know. But you won't know because it'll be next weekend. Sorry. Okay. Make Orange Great Again. So that is from June 14th to September 30th. And you have to use at least 50% orange in your project. And then I have a new one. Oh, by the way, I was trying to find, I know that Tabitha, she's now Morticia Knits. I know that she has a knit along, and I haven't been able to find the information on it. So if you have information on a Cal or Mal or whatever, I almost did one myself. I'll tell you about that in just a second. Okay, Two Sisters in Some Yarn are doing a summer on the lanai knit along, and this is a Golden Girls themed knit along, or knit along, make along, whatever. Golden Girls anything, summery colors, including orange sunsets, and you can double dip with the Block Magazine Make Orange Great Again Cal. Colors from the show: pink, green, tan, etc. 80 inspired colors, yarns, bags. Southern Hemisphere. If your summer's a bit chilly, we totally welcome your version of summer as well. Be creative with your theme, and while Amy is a benevolent dictator, if you're really stretching the theme, I will unleash my Sophia power and tell you if it doesn't count. So, one hard and fast rule: no whips allowed. But so do not cast on before 6/1. And the orange Make Orange Great Again is June 14th to September 30th. So whatever you want to do. You may double dip in any other whips, cals that you want. Keep an eye out for theme inspired yarns and other fun stuff. If you want to join along in reading the new inspired cozy mystery Murder by Cheesecake, it is out now. We have a little mini book club later in the summer. I have ordered mine on Audible. So while I'm working on my projects, I will listen to the book. All right. Let's see. Use the hashtag Summer on the Lanai, LANAI Mal, so we can find your post. But please tag us since the hashtag search is unreliable. All right. Let's see. Extra cool points for snapping progress photos while watching the girls outside doing summer stuff and any other theme scene. So slap on your best shoulder pads, get to finding a project, and get ready for cheesecake and summer mayhem. Yay. So that sounds like so much fun, and I don't know if I'm definitely going to participate. I don't know if I'm going to enter. So, but, it's just fun to kind of like, look, I'm doing it along with you. So, all right. So sorry. I've been having a lot of trouble this week with feeling like I have something in my throat. And, I feel like I'm well from my sickness, but I still have that lingering thing going on. So, news and happenings. Big news. Sorry if I just drove anybody crazy. Big Twist is now going to be sold at Hirschner's and Mary Maxim. So you'll be able to get all your Big Twists to your little heart's desire. I don't know if they're going to sell the specialty ones or they're just going to do the value. I don't know. But it's very very good news for the big twist lovers out there. All right. I got to see all 4 of my kids yesterday. And by my kids, I mean the 2 I birthed and the 2 that married them. They took us out to breakfast in Yorba Linda. So that was really nice. And then we went to a couple of estate sales because they love estate sales. So the estate sales, both of them were on their last day. So there wasn't very much there. But it's still fun to get to see my kids. We had a lovely time chatting at breakfast. And so it's really great when I get to see them. I didn't get to see Chips this week. So I don't know if I'll be able to get to see her next week or not. I really hope I do. Pirate apparently dug a gigantic hole in our backyard. My husband's I don't know. We have these paving stones that we use for different things, and our yard is becoming more and more paving stones because Ned's covering the hole back up so he doesn't get back out there in it. Let's see. Show and tell. I was going to show my Mother's Day presents. Both of the girls, I told the kids, I was like, no presents for Mother's Day. Just seeing you is present enough for me. And they were like, no. And they both got me a couple of our pink dishes. And one I'm going to show at the end. I might show both of them at the end. But one was a bud vase. And so we went to the grocery store this morning and we're looking, and everybody has flowers in their basket. Everyone. So it's like, okay, we're required to buy a flower. So we bought a rose and we put it in my bud vase. And so that made me very happy. But one thing I found at the estate sale, I was the only one that bought anything. I don't know. But these kind of looked like old, spindles. I don't think they were, but that's what they look like. And we like to get like Thanksgiving decorations. Thanksgiving, there's not very many decorations around. So when we find some, we're like, oh, poor Thanksgiving. We're going to include you. But these are candlesticks. Isn't that so cool? So I got these. I think they were like $3 for both of them. I don't know. But so that was my show and tell for today. I'm officially now on my retirement staycation. We were talking about maybe going to Arizona to see our friends or whatever, and that didn't work out. So we are going to stay home and maybe take some trips around and do different things. But I am off for 2 weeks, and I can't tell you how happy that makes me. If that makes me a horrible person, oh well. But anyway, that's all I have today. Thank you for coming to visit with me. I always enjoy when you come to visit, and I appreciate you so much. All of you have been sending me such sweet messages about my show, and it makes me feel really good. So thank you. You do so much to brighten my day. Bye-bye.